Hey guys, this is Wandrix back with a new video. Today, we will be diving into a controversial topic that fuels debates across the nation. Are immigrants really ruining some of America's greatest cities? Or is this just another oversimplified narrative? Today, we're taking an in-depth look at 5 cities often accused of being negatively impacted by immigration. But here's the twist: we are going to unpack not just the criticisms but also the realities, using data and hard facts to paint a fuller picture. Number 1. Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles, the city of angels, is home to nearly 4 million people, with over 35% of its population being foreign-born. The city is a vibrant cultural mosaic, with immigrants primarily coming from Latin America and Asia. Critics argue that this influx has caused overcrowding, overburdened public services, and skyrocketing housing costs. Let's break it down. LA's median home price has soared to over $800,000. Putting home ownership out of reach for many. Public schools in immigrant-heavy neighborhoods are often underfunded and overcrowded, with some classrooms hosting up to 40 students. Meanwhile, traffic congestion in LA is infamous, with commuters spending an average of 119 hours per year stuck in gridlock, the worst in the country. But here's the flip side. Immigrants contribute significantly to LA's $1 trillion regional economy. According to the New American Economy Research Fund, immigrants make up 44% of LA's workforce and own over half of the city's small businesses. The city's iconic industries like Hollywood, fashion, and tech thrive on the diversity and innovation immigrants bring. So, while LA has its challenges, it's clear immigrants are a cornerstone of its identity and economy. Number 2. Miami, Florida. Often dubbed the capital of Latin America, is another city where immigration is both a blessing and a source of tension. Over 58% of Miami's population is foreign-born, primarily from Cuba, Haiti, and Venezuela. Critics claim this has led to cultural divides, income inequality, and a skyrocketing cost of living. Statistically, Miami's cost of living is 20% higher than the national average, and its housing market is among the least affordable in the country. Immigrant-heavy neighborhoods often see stark disparities, with the poverty rate hovering around 20%. However, Miami's economy tells a different story. Immigrants generate over $43 billion annually in spending power and have revitalized entire industries, from hospitality to real estate. The city's vibrant culture, booming tourism, and international business hub status wouldn't exist without its immigrant communities. Yes, Miami faces challenges like gentrification and a shrinking middle class, but blaming immigrants ignores the broader economic forces at play. Number 3. New York City. New York City has been a gateway for immigrants since the late 19th century. Today, nearly 37% of its 8.5 million residents are foreign-born, hailing from countries like China, the Dominican Republic, and Mexico. Critics argue that immigrants strain public housing, crowd schools, and drive up competition for low-wage jobs. Consider this. NYC's public housing waitlist has over 160,000 families, and immigrant-heavy neighborhoods often face overcrowding. Schools in Queens and the Bronx, where immigrant populations are highest, have class sizes that exceed the state average. And yet, immigrants contribute an estimated $230 billion annually to NYC's GDP. They're integral to industries like healthcare and transportation, fields that New Yorkers rely on daily. Without immigrants, NYC's global status as a cultural and financial capital would collapse. While the city faces systemic issues like housing shortages and wage stagnation, these challenges are far from solely caused by immigration. Number 4. Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, the Windy City, has a rich history of immigration. Today, immigrants make up 20% of the city's 2.7 million residents, primarily from Mexico, Poland, and India. Critics often point to Chicago's crime rates and economic struggles, blaming immigrant communities for exacerbating these problems. But let's dive deeper. Chicago does have a high violent crime rate, with over 700 homicides reported in 2022. However, studies show no direct correlation between immigration and crime. In fact, neighborhoods with higher immigrant populations often have lower crime rates. Economically, immigrants contribute $15 billion annually to Chicago's GDP and own 25% of the city's small businesses. They're revitalizing once declining neighborhoods like Pilsen and Little Village, turning them into cultural and economic hubs. While Chicago faces challenges like gun violence and budget deficits, these issues stem from systemic inequality and poor governance, not immigration. Number 5. Houston, Texas. Houston is one of the most diverse cities in America, with immigrants comprising 29% of its 2.3 million residents. The city attracts immigrants from Mexico, Vietnam, and India, drawn by its booming job market and affordable housing. Critics, however, claim this influx has strained public resources and increased competition for jobs. Let's look at the numbers. Immigrants contribute over $116 billion to Houston's economy annually and make up 30% of its workforce. They're pivotal in industries like energy, healthcare, and construction sectors vital for the city's growth. Despite this, challenges exist. Houston's public healthcare system is often overburdened, with uninsured rates among the highest in the nation. Schools in immigrant-heavy areas face funding gaps, and the city's infrastructure struggles with rapid population growth. But again, these issues are tied to broader systemic failures, not immigration alone. So, are immigrants really ruining these cities? The data tells a more nuanced story. Yes, immigration can bring challenges, but it also drives economic growth, cultural enrichment, and innovation. The real problems like housing shortages, income inequality, and crumbling infrastructure are the result of decades of neglect and poor policymaking. Instead of scapegoating immigrants, it's time to address these systemic issues head-on. What's your take? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into topics that matter. Stay curious, stay informed, and see you in the next video.